Okay, so a bit of the build we've maybe seen in the background, but I haven't actually done much on, is the wheels. So the wheels that I'm using for this project are Image split rims. They are, I don't know if you can see that or not, Image VM 16s. The previous owner of these flipped the centers to give them a crazy offset to fill the arches of a Forest Arch Mark II. The downside to that is it still is too wide even for the Xpack kit. I thought it might have fitted, but if you look at that, sticks out way past the arch, so that's not going to work. The joy of these being split rims is that I can take the ring of bolts out around the middle the whole way around, and this is the other side of it. It's just the same, only flipped. Basically, the construction of a three-piece rim is the center piece, which is the design of the wheel, and the two outer barrels, which really dictate the width and ET of the wheel. So basically the joy of a split rim is you can put the ET, you can make it fit whatever you want to fit really. The downside of this is, because they're an older wheel, you're going to have to get the barrels remade. Image can do this for me, I've already been in contact with them. But for getting the likes of all four wheels done with 8 new barrels in theory, to get them to sit the way I want them perfectly, it's going to run me the price of a brand new set of Image wheels. So I think we'll make do what we have for now. To flip these the same as the others, they are sitting over here somewhere. The others, bring one over here. Are a slight bit narrower. I sort of thought they were all the same, but they're a slight bit narrower. They're 1/4 of an inch narrower. These apparently are ET0, and these fit quite nicely. If you have a wee look, I've no front struts or wings on to show you, so I have to do it in the back. On the back, they don't fit that badly. They need a bit of a spacer, which I'm not adverse to using. So if I space these out a slight bit, they will fit nicely. With a beefier tire as well. On it there was a, I think it was a 205 or a 215 maybe. 16, which is far too narrow for an 8-inch rim in my opinion. So I'll be putting probably a 235, 245, whatever, back on them, so that should help beef them out a bit as well. The aim of the game today then is to get these wheels split, the two rear wheels with a massive offset, get those split, and potentially get these split as well, because I want to change the colour of the middle of the wheel and get the outer lips all polished up nice and chrome. And then get the, probably, well, I'll see, they might fit in my oven. It's debatable, but they might fit in my oven. Get them powder coated. I might be able to do it myself. If not, I'll just leave them in somewhere, get them done nicely. Haven't decided the colour yet, so don't be asking. I just don't think black will go with what the colour I've chosen for the car. So yeah, I've never done this before, I will admit that openly. But that's the same as a lot of things that I've done in this project. I've never done those before either, so it's worth giving it a go. Okay, so that's all the nuts and bolts out the whole way around. Didn't realise there were quite so many of them. But that's that done. The next stage is going to be to, I think, that's all sealant. So I think the way they're made up is there's a gasket either side of the barrel to help them seal so they don't leak air. So there's a gasket on this side, and a gasket on the far side, and then I think to be triple safe, you're on a bit of silicone around the inside and smooth it off. So that's going to be the next step, trying to get them separated. Probably not going to be handy, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so after a slight bit of persuasion with this and some plenty of cardboard just to protect the spokes even more, even though it is a rubber mallet, we now have a split rim, quite literally. I'm not going to worry too much about the rears. These are going to be the inside face of the rim, so they'll never be seen unless the MOT man's looking up in. So the next bit is going to be to strip all four wheels. But the next bit, once I have all four wheels stripped, is to try and get the paint off these. All the skinnier rims, the lips. And see how bad the paint is in underneath the finish is in underneath the paint. I don't see too many curves. There's the odd wee nick. There's a wee nick. Where is it? There. Can't really see it that well. But there's not that many nicks in them overall, so I'm hopeful that they should polish up okay. So that's one down, 3 to go. Another slight observation is they do completely fit in the oven, so might be able to powder coat this myself, save a few pound. Hopefully. Just take a wee break out to show you something. It's a wee keyring that I've been working away on in the background. Just messing about with the 3D printer, trying to get it all dialed in to perfect filament change. So it goes red the first 90%, and the top of it changes to black filament. Come out actually quite nicely, which got me thinking, would anybody actually want to buy some of these if I were to make a few more to put up for sale, just to help support the channel, to be able to afford a few more car parts? It's an expensive business, this, you know. Okay, so we now have 4 wheels all split apart, 4 centres. Next step is to try and get the paint off these. I'm going to give it a go with the same paint stripper I used the engine bay and just wash it down really well, rather quickly, so it doesn't eat into it even more than I want to. So I'm only going to put a light coat on, and as said, whenever it starts to react badly, I will take it out to the top and hose it off before giving it maybe a second coat if it needs it. Right, so that's on. I'm going to leave that to sit and keep a close eye on it just, and whenever it's ready I will hit it a dig with a hose. I'm only going to do one for now, just in case it does go badly wrong. I don't want to ruin all 4 wheels. So yeah, see how this goes, report back. While we're waiting for the paint stripper to do its magic, you might have noticed these shiny red things on my paws. I don't know how I've lasted that long without flipping wearing gloves. They're absolutely brilliant. They are from Mechanics, and I think these are just the standard, the original gloves. They're not dear, they're 20 quid or something, 22 or 23 quid. And bonus, which I didn't know actually was a thing, they're smartphone compatible, so it's an extra bonus. I got these off the people that do Project Binky, Bad Obsession Motorsport, and I'm not obliged to say anything. I'm not promoting them or anything, but they're flipping great, so I strongly recommend them. Okay, update. They still look the same. I didn't even touch it. It made it a wee bit tacky, but it didn't take it off at all. So I'm not going to start into these with a wire wheel or sandpaper or any of that carry on. I think I'm going to have to get them blasted. If anybody out there knows of anybody in Northern Ireland, preferably close to Belfast area or Hillsborough area, that's willing to blast these for me, let me know. Very happy to do a bit of advertising for them if they're willing to work on the price as well. So gonna need these done, and well, I'm gonna have to come back to them in another episode at a later date to show you the results. Bit of a random episode this one, I do get that, but this is all stuff that needs done so that I can get the car away to paint. Well, maybe not the wheels, but they're going to need done at some point. The legs need to go back in to the car for it to roll to the body shop where it will be stripped again. But whenever I was setting the car up roughly on its own, or in the proper ride height, I noticed that whenever I had it sitting, there was this gap. So got these set of helper springs, which I'm going to fit now to basically take the slack up in the spring so it can't drop out of the cup whenever it's lifted, or it goes over, very unlikely, but it goes over a jump of some sort. The MOT men over here really don't like that, so basically as long as this sits in with the coupler onto the spring, then it'll jam in like so, and it means it can't go anywhere, it can't drop out whenever it's on full lift. So that's going to be the next step, just to get these back. I probably will take these apart again whenever they come back and clean them all up and paint them. I don't personally see the point whenever it's going to be going to a paint shop which is dusty and overspray and all that carry on potentially. So I'll do that at a later date, but for now I want to get them so that they're safe anyway. So yep, here we go. Just a safety disclaimer, because these are already adjusted down and the spring's loose, I'm going to buzz off the top nut. Never undo the top nut of a normal strut without compressing the spring using proper spring compressors. It will end in certain death. Swap over to the gun's big brother. I'm only using the vice grips and this rag to stop the thing from turning. I don't want to score the ram. There we go. it off and we see where we're at. So, it really is hopefully as simple as, hopefully they're the right diameter. They are. Just doing this. Probably are non-pikey methods to doing this, but this is how I've always done it. It's never failed me, so. Now then, one spring that can't really, well, without a bit of persuasion, isn't going to drop down off the top seat, so just the other one to do. On these here, the car came with, thankfully, decent discs on it. It has the drilled, grooved, vented discs, and Austin Princess 4-pot calipers. I do have, back in a minute, this little lot. This is a GTR 260 kit from Capri Sport, although I think it's effectively Mondeo calipers or XR3 calipers. I really can't remember. If anybody knows, remind me in the comments. They come with new pads and everything with them. I have got the hubs turned down already, so they fit inside the, or around, sorry, the disc on the inside, because on a standard Capri the discs fit inboard, and these ones here they're going to have to fit outboard, so you have to do a bit of modification to get them to fit. I'm unsure which ones to use. Either or, I'm going to need a set for the Escort and a set for the Capris. Both will be used, but I just don't know which generate more stopping power, the 260 kit or the 4-pot Austin Princess. If anybody out there has experience with both, I would be very interested in knowing your thoughts on comparisons, so that I don't waste my time fitting the wrong brake kit. And here is said other side for a repeat. And again, it's not going to go anywhere on the lift. These don't really have any weight bearing capabilities. They compress really easily, as you can see, but they do stop it enough, or they do support it enough to keep it sprung up against the top cap. There's already flexible braided lines from Matt Lewis Racing apparently on these struts, so I'll probably reuse those. The TCAs and stuff were new whenever the last owner built it. I don't think I've seen 1,000 miles or 2,000 miles maybe. So I'll check them over, but I think they're okay. The bushes and stuff don't look cracked. I'll probably end up getting a new set of these bushes for the track or the anti-roll bar. But overall, they're fairly decent. Don't need that much work, thankfully. Need to clean them down, give them a good look at paint whenever the whole car's back from paint. I think that might do me. It was a bit of a procrastination episode, I will admit that. I have a few bits and pieces I need to finish off. I've done this here. I need to trial fit a windscreen in here to see if it's definitely going to fit, because the last thing I ever would want to happen is for it to come back from paint and the windscreen not fit and have to cut into it, which I would just finish me off, I think. Thanks to the suggestions in the last video for that, or thanks to the people, sorry, in the last video for that suggestion, because I probably wouldn't have remembered to do that and been very mad whenever it didn't work at the end. So that'll happen on the next one. As I mentioned earlier on, wee keyrings and stuff are available if anybody's interested. There's no pressure whatsoever to buy them, but just if you are interested, there you go, a wee close-up. That's just the first design. I can do really whatever you want. Bottle openers, key rings, stickers. Again, it might not be to everybody's taste, but it's just a wee idea. Every little helps to try and get this heap back on the road. Price wise, it probably would be about £7 or £8 posted UK. And they're quite nice, to be fair. I quite like it. I've had this one on my own keyring for the last week or so, and it hasn't taken any damage, so I have tested it out. Yeah, I really hate asking for support or for the likes of that. It just sounds like begging to me, but these things have to be done at times. So yeah, if anybody fancies it, let me know. I'm still compiling a list of questions and answers for a wee future video that I might do. So if anybody has any questions that they want answered about the project, about the direction, about even the escort, I'm open to everything really. Yeah, just let me know. If you like what you're seeing, if you want to see more of something, don't want to see more of anything, then let me know in the comments. Hit the subscribe button, like button, hit the wee bell, ding, beside the subscribe button to be notified of any new videos, and yeah, bye.